Hey guys, real quick before we get into this video. This is very different from the content that I normally post. I like telling stories, and if you're an older subscriber on the channel, you'll know that I used to post vlogs and I used to do a bunch of like cinematic type shots. And I wanted a way to combine my love for storytelling and gaming into one. So I created what you're about to see. If you do enjoy it, make sure to watch to the end because there's some important dialogue and stuff that I can't really say without giving it away. I'd also really love to hear you guys' feedback down in the comments. It's not just for like engagement or anything. I honestly want to know. It's not exactly easy making a movie style video out of a game. It's pretty tricky because you don't have like a camera that you can move around and, you know, set down and walk away and get a wide shot and stuff like that. You're very limited in the tools you have when you're in a video game because obviously it's not meant for making movies. And also, this is meant to be sort of a pilot episode. So think like Netflix. The first episode of whatever show you're watching is usually the pilot episode, and that's what this is. So it's not as long as I would like it to be. It's only about 20 minutes long, but if this is well received, I will be making more episodes, and they'll be about 30 to 40 minutes long at minimum. So I'd say more like 40 minutes long, somewhere around there. At least that's the goal. But I'm not going to blabber on too much longer. I'm going to let you guys watch it. But just remember, if you do enjoy it, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys, and I'd really like to know how you guys think I did in this video. So yeah, grab a snack, kick back, relax, and enjoy. A simple rescue mission. Locate the HVTs, extract them, get out.
Blasted one was some 500 feet below ground. 7 months ago. You're not gonna find anyone alive down there.
Edward Puffton. A typical billionaire looking to throw money at whatever will make him more than he could ever spend in 100 lifetimes. Not sure why he chose this shithole of an island to die on, but I'm not paid to think. Barbara Puffton, socialite. Translation: a stuck-up rich wife riding the coattails of her big shot husband, bound to Edward by the glue that is diamonds and dollar signs. And their daughter Virginia, in school studying the art of dance. Pretty cliche if you ask me. I heard she's pretty good. She might have had a future in ballet. Guess we'll never know now, huh? The mission was routine. At least, it was supposed to be. But nothing could have prepared us for the events that conspired on this god-forsaken island. Elvin survived, but he sustained some major injuries. Looks to be a head injury of some kind. He lost his hearing and most of his critical thinking. But I was still able to give him some minor jobs while I looked for other survivors. It didn't take long to discover that something bigger was going down on this island. 2 bodies stuck up like some sort of kebab, as if someone was trying to send a message to stay far away. What was this place? And who was the man that knocked me out? I decided I should start gathering as much supplies as possible because it could be a while before help arrives. With the helicopter being underwater, who knows if we could even call for rescue. After I salvaged what I could from the cases with all our gear, I combed the surrounding beaches to see if anything else washed up. I didn't find much. A couple cans of energy drinks, some rope, tarps, duct tape, cereal. But the strange thing about all these supplies, none of them were ours. Luckily, my GPS was undamaged and working perfectly. I could see the locations of what I assumed to be our men, but how did they get that far inland? As I started heading back to Kelvin, I seen smoke over the tree line. Could that be one of our men? Or was it whoever murdered these men and strung them up like Christmas ornaments? More smoke. We were losing daylight pretty fast, and if we were going to be here overnight, we needed to get to work on a shelter and get a fire going. I assigned Kelvin to the shelter while I gathered materials to build a fire. After I lit the fire, I took a short break and then decided to make a spear. Everyone needs a spear in the wild, right? Survival 101 or something like that. Before long, it was time to get some sleep because who knows what tomorrow's gonna bring. Kelvin's still sleeping, I left him a note and started heading down the coast searching for supplies and food. I didn't have to travel far before coming across 2 beached kayaks. I was able to get some food and other supplies as well as a pair of binoculars, which was very lucky since mine were underwater at the moment. I was about to continue down the coast when I heard sounds coming from the trees up the hill. It sounded like music. A campsite. Yet another body. Hasn't been dead long. I grabbed whatever I could carry before heading up the cliffs to get a better vantage point. Scaling the edge, I spotted something interesting that would prove pretty useful later on. It was a hang glider, a fancy one. Foldable, just sitting there waiting for me to take. I folded it up and put it in my backpack to use later. I continued up the coast until the beach briefly ended and I decided to swim around instead of climbing. Someone was here recently. And then I spotted it. A life raft. There was a GPS signal coming from it. I had to get closer. More smoke? I came across gruesome displays with dismembered body parts. What the fuck was going on here? As I made my way to the other side of the beach, I spotted what looked like teepee frames, but smaller. Definitely man-made, but by who? I made it to the other side of the beach as close as I could to the life raft. More music? No signs of life. There was only one way to get to that life raft. I had to swim. How did he die? How did any of these people die? This might come in handy. I'm obviously not alone on this island, so more protection is always a good thing. Sharks. I hate sharks. I waited until they were gone and swam as fast as I could back to shore. I made it back safely, but the sun is going down pretty quickly. I had to get back to camp as soon as possible. Now would be a good time to use the hang glider, so I climbed to the cliff's edge to find a good launch point. This spot looked perfect. I had to hype myself up because if this didn't work, that was a pretty long drop. Instant death. I can't believe it. It actually worked. It started to rain and things got a little bumpy on the way back. Rough landing, but I survived. I sat down and contemplated our next move. I had so many questions. Who was the man that hit me? Where was all the smoke coming from? Who killed all of these men? Are my days numbered? Who was on this island with me? I had to prepare myself. This island, it holds secrets, and I was about to discover them all.